Well, today got the Camaro there. I'm sitting in the Cutlass obviously right now because I'm going to move the Cutlass from its position if it starts. Which it probably won't. Get it moved, get the Camaro in here because I want to lift it up a little bit on some ramps because we're going to be replacing the AC compressor today and hopefully recharging it today so that the Camaro will all have, this Camaro will have AC now because I'm going to start driving it a lot more. So we are going to hopefully get this Cutlass get it moved. Let's see. Yeah, I got a feeling that's not going to happen right now. My buzzers and everything are going off, but the battery is dying. I just had it started, not yesterday, the day before. So we'll get it figured out and hopefully we'll have it moved in a second. If not, I will have the battery charger hooked up and I will just go ahead and do the Camaro in its spot over there anyway, because it doesn't really take much space to remove the compressor. So talk to you then. We'll get it done in a minute. Yeah, we got her started and her super low idle is kicking back, but that's going to get figured out also. But as long as I can get it out of its spot, let's see what we got going on back here. That should be good enough. Yeah, we had to jump the battery for a few minutes. Had to. Yeah, that idle is way too low. But we had to jump the battery for a few minutes, obviously. I can't let it run too long because it's almost out of gas, but I do have a 5-gallon jug to put some gas in. But what we're going to do now is go ahead and get the leaf blower out, clean up the spot where we're going to put the Camaro at. And then we're going to go ahead and try to get the Camaro up on this the front end up, because I don't feel like completely bending over to replace the air conditioner compressor, because that sucker is way low into the ground, way low on the very bottom of the engine. And then we're gonna do that. Hopefully one of these days soon we're gonna get these hinge pins replaced on the Cutlass and get the rest of the Cutlass after we wash it again compounded also, because this car the rest of it needs to be compounded. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and shut this thing off. Hopefully it starts back up. Okay, we should have enough left over. We should have enough left over so that when we do come to move the car and put it back, that we will have hopefully enough juice. So I'm going to go ahead and get, not zoom in, all this mess cleaned up, and then the Camaro moved in, and then we will get it started. Be back again. Okay, so we got the compressor now. Well, this is the new one that's going in with somebody here watching the front of the car. But this is a new one going in. Yep, don't want that to happen. So we're gonna leave that right there for now. All the instructions and everything said it's all pre-oiled. It's all pre-oiled and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and dig down, pull off the old one, because the old one, when we put dye in the system, is leaking on the compressor itself. So the 3 bolts we're going to get rid of on the front. Then there's one on the back with a bracket that mounts to the block. But from what I've seen, the easiest way to do it is just go ahead and unbolt the bracket. You can't see it from here, but go ahead and unbolt the bracket just from the block, pull the compressor out, and just switch the bracket over. And then we'll go ahead and do it that way. Okay, so we got it out, but I still have to disconnect the line in the back. Well, not the line, but the AC lines back there. Okay, let's see how we can get this figured out here. So far, so good. I know this thing's a V6, that's the strange, that's the thing. Being a V6, it even still has no room in there. But I'm getting some of it cleaned off, so that's looking good. I'll keep working at this. I'm gonna try and get the other side cleaned on the bottom side of it so that we can get it taken care of, and then we'll get it cleaned, taken care of, taken apart, put the new one in, get this whole system charged up, and hopefully make cold air again. It's a good way to make sure the compressor's no good. Just drop it everywhere. There we go. Take a Okay, so right now we got it hooked up, pulling a vacuum so that we can check to make sure that we don't have any leaks. And I haven't bolted it down yet. It's sitting in place, kinda, but I got all the lines hooked up, and I want to make sure that I want to do the leak check before I bolt everything up, because if those 2 lines in the back do leak, then I want to go ahead and I want to be able to fix those seals or replace them before I go any further and have to take the whole thing apart again. So, or if I have to take the seals off, check them again, and then put it back together. So I'm going to run this now. Let it get a vacuum, run it for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna let it sit and see how long it'll hold that vacuum, and if it holds it at all and doesn't move, and if it doesn't move, then we have a vacuum and we have no leaks. Then we can go ahead and let it run for 45 minutes and draw any leftover moisture and anything else that's in there out, so that when we go ahead and replace and put the new antifreeze and stuff in there, it's all set up, ready to go. No moisture, no rust, no corrosion, no anything else in there. Everything that's supposed to be in there is in there, and that's it. So gonna get going with this, and then we'll be back again. And I didn't even have to wait long. The vacuum is lost. So now we got to figure out where the leak is, and hopefully it's just those seals on the back of the AC compressor, because if we watch it again, we'll start it now, start to pull a vacuum. You see the needle's starting to move now. But if I stop it right now, we'll watch them slowly go ahead and move back to 0. So, yep, there's a leak somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot and try to find it, see if I can fix it. Maybe it's something I did, or it's hopefully something else. So be back when we figure it out. Okay, I realized where I messed up. I have these open now so that they can pull a vacuum. They're open everywhere where they should be. Now what I need to do, what I didn't do before, is I need to close these now that I'm almost at 30 inches of mercury vacuum. So I need to close these. And go ahead and shut the the pump off. Now I need to let this sit here for about 30 minutes to an hour and see if this changes at all. So I'm going to make note that I am at roughly 25, and we will come back. Well, for you in about a couple seconds. For me, it'll be about 30 minutes to an hour. Come back, check on it, see how it is doing with the with holding a vacuum, and if it's still holding a vacuum, then come back out here and run the pump again for 45 minutes to pull out all the moisture that may be left over in the system. And then from there, we will be able to go ahead. I will go ahead and bolt up and assemble and put everything in place. And then I will go ahead and recharge the whole AC system after that is done. But right now, I'm going to wait until the vacuum's done. And then once that's done, I will come back out, check it. We'll all check it together. And then we will pull in. We are still under vacuum. So that means 45 minutes later, and we can now go ahead and pull a vacuum on the whole system so that we can pull all the moisture and air out of it, so that we can finish bolting everything up. I can put the compressor in its place. I can bolt it up, attach the belt, anyway. So that's good news. Everything's sealed up, nothing's moved. We're great news. So I can go ahead and open these up, pull a vacuum for 45 minutes to clear out the lines, and we will get this AC recharged here soon, and it will be nice and cold finally, once again, for seeing that. So we will go ahead and start the vacuum now. We will go ahead and open these up. All right, they're open. We will let that pull vacuum for at least 45 minutes, and we will come back out here and we will start charging it up. Until then, I'll see you again in a few minutes. For you, a split second. For me, about another hour. All right, so it's been at least, it's been over an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and close these off. And then I'm going to shut off the vacuum because we don't need to be pulling vacuum anymore. We're going to be holding vacuum because now we're going to go ahead and start adding the Freon. Let's go ahead and disconnect that. All right, so now what I need to do is, I've already done part of it. I already know this system takes 1.5 pounds, which when it's converted from 12 ounces is 42 ounces, 24 ounces, which is 2 full cans of this. So I've already went ahead and put this adapter on. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and put the adapter on, and this is where I need an extra hand. You know, it usually works, but be right back. Okay, we are getting ready to add the second can now. I did actually make a little boo-boo. I accidentally went ahead and disconnected from the main line here, the yellow line, instead of here. So I just had to repurge the yellow line again. No big deal. So here I am going ahead and adding the coolant back through. Go ahead and keep shaking it as it's going through. And get a chance to check this out. And it is just about empty. I'm going to keep shaking the can just to be sure. Make sure we get all the Freon in there so that the system is completely charged, so that this AC is nice and cool. It looks like, yep, it looks like that is it. No more to be going in there. It has pulled all that it can. This system is completely charged. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the low side. Let me get you guys straightened out here. All right, so now I'm also going to disconnect the can from the line. It is nice and cold. Oh yeah, nothing but air in there, so that's good. And then that's nice and cold. We'll go ahead and close these lines. Come on, there we go. Close that line. Take it off. Close this line. Remove it. We are done. Let's go feel what this AC is like in this car. Ooh, that is nice and frosty cold. Oh yeah. I don't have a thermometer. I really do need one, but this AC is nice and cold. It will, yeah, this AC will freeze you out of this car now. It is probably just as good as back when it was stock. It is nice and cold. Yeah, it is nice. Feels good. So now I'm going to keep an eye on it for a couple days. Obviously, you know, the whole thing showed no vacuum. You know, the vacuum showed no leaks, no nothing, anything like that. But oh, come on, puppy, come on. Showed no leaks, showed no nothing. You know, held vacuum for over an hour. We pulled all the moisture and everything out of the system. So now we have a brand new AC compressor, completely charged refrigerant in the AC system. So this car is ready to go. Summertime driving, here it comes with this car. So we got my car with the nice AC, this car with the nice AC. Unfortunately, like I said before, not the Cutlass yet, but that is coming down the line, not anytime soon, because I'm concentrating on other things on that one first. So I want to thank you all for being here with me today. Watch me go through this process of putting in the new AC compressor, recharging the AC, and getting this working like it should. But just remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also at the end of the day, revive, restore, and remake and have fun while you're doing it. Have a good one.